Story time. Story time is story time. I call this one, She Had Man Parts. For real, for real. Man parts. Man parts. I was helping out a friend who needed some help planning an event. It was a speed dating event. Hey, me and my homegirl trying to put on this speed dating event down in Columbus. We need some help. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, what you need? Da 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 da. We trying to put together some questions. This is when I first came up with the list. So if you also sidebar, if you want to get a copy of the list, just click the link in the description and get you a copy of the list. Now, what the list was at the time, it was questions that we was putting together for the speed dating event. And so they some real like conversation starters and stuff like that just to keep the mood moving forward, right? So me and old girl that I'm helping plan the event, we get to talking because we plan an event, so we talking on the phone more and more frequently. She, interest starts to build on both parts, you know what I'm saying? But I never met her, you know what I'm saying? They stay like 2 hours away from me. So we talked on the phone real heavy, and then eventually she starts sending me like pictures or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Little silhouette pictures, little rump shaker pictures, little tit shots, you know what I'm saying? And and she, cause most of my stuff is online, like you can see everything, and so, I mean, she knew exactly who I was. She knew exactly what I looked like and everything like that. But the one thing I noticed when she kept sending me these pictures, I never really saw her face. Now, most of these pictures were sexual in nature. So maybe she was trying, what I thought at the time was maybe she was trying to send me a picture that was sexual, but not have it where if I shared it with anybody else, they would know who it was, right? And another thing about the pictures, as she was sending them, like she would never be around any items. So I couldn't really tell, like, was she little? Was she big? I mean, she had a nice body, but I couldn't tell, like, if she was 6'9" or, 4'12". And the thing is, those of you who have watched the channel, I have run into a few situations in the past. Let's just leave it there, okay? Alrighty, keep going. So I was a little, So fast forward to the night of the event. Now we'd have been talking heavy. And I know what y'all thinking. Did you FaceTime her? And you know something, even when I play this back in my head, I don't know why I didn't FaceTime her. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just know we talked a lot. We would be on Zoom, but yeah, never had saw her. So fast forward, sees me and I see her, and she just like, and she runs up and she gives me this hug and she goes in for like a kiss. Like, I mean, come here, come here, come here. And I'm just like, you, you. And I know it kind of felt, and then she was like, oh, I understand. I mean, we knew and all this stuff. Now, I try my best to not be judgmental about anything and anybody because I am imperfect. I am not perfect. I don't have a perfect body. I don't have a perfect personality. I'm not perfect, right? I'm not going to stand on no soapbox and tell you, hey, I look this and I'm Idris Elba. No, I'm not. With all that said, she looked like a man in the face. Like she just looked like Draymond Green in the face. And she had Victor Wembanyama's hands. Like, I mean, her hands was like hands. Like, y'all remember the other video I showed y'all, and the girl had the hands and you could hear the wind on her hands? She had them kind of hands. Like, when I hugged her, she put her hands on the side of my head and she was, looking up at me or whatnot. And her hands was like on my face, like this. And I was just like, oh, could someone please, assistance. I mean, her hands were huge, long, skinny fingers. Like, what's the dude, my daughter, what's the dude's name? The scary dude, the tall skin, the Slender Man. Boom. That's kind of hands she had. She had Slender Man hands. Like Slender Man. So, listen, I'm not body shaming. I'm just telling y'all what it was, okay? So I just fall back for a second. Let me tell the story. So the body was crazy. The body was video vixen. That's what I mean, crazy. But then she had big ass feet. Like, I mean, big feet. Like, I wear a 13. She easily wore a 27. Easily. Like, she had Shaquille O'Neal foots. Like, foots. When she went to go give me the hug, like, her foot was on my foot. And I looked down and I know I wear a 13. Like she clearly wear a 27. Like her feet were almost like it was retardedly like, and she was a taller girl, so she was probably like 5'9", 5'10", but still she had some shit kickers. I'm telling you, like when she says she kick it, hey, jujitsu. This is like a weird like first encounter because after that she just acted like she was my woman, like just acted like my girlfriend off rip. Start, carrying me, like hand grabbing my hand and come here, babe, come on, babe, let's go here, babe, let's go here, babe, come on, babe, come on, babe. And I'm just like, hey, you, hey, buddy. And we had these phone conversations. We were getting close, but like she just automatically went into full-fledged girlfriend mode. And then she was very territorial, like very territorial. So, at the time when this happened, like I was starting to build up a little momentum with my podcast. So people kind of recognized me. Hey, you're Tom from First Off, in my opinion. I like your show, da 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 da. But like anytime anybody would try to speak to me that was a female, oh, she was just like, come on, babe, come on, come on. Like she'd just be like super rude. And so I had this older lady and she, soon as she saw me come into play, she was just like, Tom, and waving and stuff like that. And then she eventually, made her way to me and she was just like, oh, can we dance? I would love to dance. Look, sis went off on this older lady so crazy. Like, look, you need to back up, lady. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be rushing up on my man, asking him for a dance. And I'm just like, my man, like, like, what's happening here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did we even get here? So I felt bad, you know what I'm saying? The old lady just like went and sat down and so I went to the other side of the room and I was just sitting there. I had an adult beverage and I was just thinking like, man, I done did it again. How did I even get in this situation? That's all I mean, like, listen, fam, when I tell y'all the way she was acting, it just threw me off, right? And so she comes over to me and she started talking and she's like, man, I'm just so glad we finally in the same space and we, it's not online no more. It's not on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad you're here. And I just feel like you are so perfect for me. But there's just a couple of things I don't like. And I'm like, perfect for you? Like it was moving so fast. I was like, it wasn't even registering. Like she had all these feelings and emotions and plans and futures. And I was just like, nigga, we just met. Like this, like literally, this we have not been in the same air for an hour. We are air virgins. Like, calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she's just like, there's a couple things that I don't like. And then I'm like, okay, what? Not at this point, I really didn't care, but I just wanted to hear it. And she was just like, you're way too flashy. Like you dress like you have a dresser or a stylist or something like that. And I was just like, okay, I mean, what was I supposed to wear? Like what I mean, that listen, and she's not the first woman who has said like you dress too flashy, you dress like, somebody curated your outfit out of a magazine. And I'll be like, okay, I'm a big dude. I like to look nice. I like to dress, I like to wear nice things. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Show up in a pair of jeans and t-shirts and Jordans everywhere I go? Like, come on. So, and then she's like, you're way too friendly. You're just way too friendly. And, you be making these women think they got a chance. And I could never, you have to stop that immediately. And I'm like, to stop it, we have to beat it. What? I'm perplexed. What? Hits the blunt. I don't know what was happening at this point, right? I mean, Draymond Green was telling me all these things about. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not like somebody who can't receive corrective criticism, but we just weren't there in that space to even be having this conversation. You feel me? And so the last thing she told me, she was just like, and I don't know about this whole social media thing. Like, she's like, I don't think that's something I could really get behind. And I'm like, and now, you know what? I'm gonna get into that part two. Part two. Meet me over on YouTube because, yeah, Draymond Green, Shaquille O'Neal hands, it starts to get crazy, okay? And it's story time. Meet me over on YouTube. Part two. Part two. YouTube. Let's go. Hurry up.